today. Triggered how Google's just like out of nowhere. Hey, you gotta age verify, motherfucker. I had this account over 10 years. Like shit. Fuck, it's so stupid, bro. I'm 23 and it's still doing that shit. Degrees that it looks out. Hello, Iriel. 3 mystery deaths is confirmed. I'm still pissed that our main guy died. I got so invested in his story, he just dies. What we found here? Shogi Yokido. Why? Asphyxiation due to a water in the lungs, he drowns. Drowned in the middle of a park? Not possible, I gotta be a curse word you live with. Yes, sir. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? I think it was the canal. The Whispering Canal. It does seem like we're in a link between a canal and a death by drowning, don't you think? Sure, I'm thinking area you're starting to get the hang of this. Sooner or later, what's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found. Complex. Okay, phew, I don't think that's the same one. Oh, that's the darkness one. That's the darkness guy who killed us in the first, or tried to kill us. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Yeah, no, it was definitely the, You didn't see that. Push washing machine. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. And it is Nabika. Fuck. Then is this Nabigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul drugs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to the Paranormal Affairs. Got it. As for the 3rd victim, who's this? Wait, is that the teacher? 32, a teacher of Kogama. Yeah, he was a oh shit! It's the external trauma from the fall. The suicide, yeah. See, so it was a curse bearer who killed the other girl before. Since he was found in the middle of a court early, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium for the building. I just said he's 7 mysteries. Oh fuck, I don't even know this one. This one? Fuck. What is it? Beckoning lights? Fuck. Ah shit, I'm not too smart with this. This? Fuck. Okay, these 3 are out. Fool's Possession, yeah. First try, yeah, so good, yeah. It's where the Fool's Possession is supposed to be. It's a big confidence. We can't rule out the possibility of this death will also work of the curse. I see either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. You gotta point all these strange deaths to point in one direction. That's right, and Hachime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died mysteriously caused in a place connected to 7 mysteries. Before the curses were activated, but whatever his name is, Michio's death was also like the suicide one. Probably still earlier. He'd been hit by a different curse, one that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries. So thought, but If that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There are many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Really, see, I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if he did. Crap. So how are we gonna save everybody? That dude's gonna kill like 100 people like in 12 hours. That sounds quite a mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place. That mere night had been something to do with curses. You also need to be looking into Nijima. Now we start following up on the few leads we've got. So I better see what. Yes, he has a lot of things to say. Seems like many of the conspirators acted last night, but we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yeah, cause I hadn't thought about that. One silver lining. Judging by my own curse stones, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Positive, at least. Basically, we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's almost likely why Nijima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the cursed stones couldn't be used during the day. We got till nightfall to sell it. Honestly, I feel like Nijima should have just called them at nighttime when he was gonna do it instead of waiting in 12 hours. But, drama. It's time we flush out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. Okay, serial killers, curse bearers. We only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Namiki for washing machine, Hideki Arashi, burning lantern. We got both their curse stones. And then there's Clancy has the one-sided read. Huh. Who has the Whispering Canal now, though? Strange. Figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go looking for them? Okay, let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nijima may lead us to the other crispers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do something real damage if we don't get to him. I also want to look more into Yoshima's. I got a feeling there's a connection there. Hi boss, sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Yeah. Okay, so Hajime was the police death and serial killer. And with the day he died, one Hitomi Okuda. Community safety didn't have any contact information for her, and gave her an address. Well, they had her parents' information, but when they called them, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. She could be a key witness. Can't we have a community safety tracker down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komida High School is closed today. Because of their teacher that died. That's right. Ah shit, so yeah, can't do it today unless... Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we might be able to forget about it. Let's move on then. Fiance for the community safety. Her name was Mayo Chozawa. 27 years old, she works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety has been able to contact her since Yoshima died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Definitely starting to look suspect of a crime of passion, perhaps. It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshima was well liked and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know, things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. We'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. Could be that same person who was out for Yoshima's after her fiance too. She could be in danger. You're right, either way she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. I'll know as soon as she's found. Ah. Speaking of Nijima, yeah. Did you manage to reach your daughter? Oh yeah, they threatened his daughter. Last one. Custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called her, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. Not good. Doesn't that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up, I don't have her contact info all, right? Damn, she really doesn't trust you at all, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd see an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. Damn. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nijima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep, bro. Yikes, sorry, I kinda just slipped out. Anyways, I suspect it has something to do with his cursed echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. Let's see. The one-sided read, what was the story about it again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Alright, one of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nijima worries about it, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. We might be cooked. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. That's about it. Shall we continue our investigation, bro? You could go to Komita High School to look into Hitomi Okuda or Michio Shirashi's house to find out more about her. Oh fuck, so do we get to choose? They ain't looking. We're run out of time if we don't do something, gotta keep it. Oh. Yeah! Mockingbird 3! Let's fucking go! Glad to have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest on. What if he's the true bad guy? Yeah. You say before I do any random shit. Move. Where are we going to? So her house. Oh wow. Okay. So. Yes. Might as well go to Tomi's help because last one. Her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Wait, did fucking Mio die? Don't say Mio died. Still isn't sure about. Ah, fuck, don't say Mio died. Yako Sakaya. Fuck. Whatever. Sakazaki. Sakazi. Sakazi. Sakaka. Good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. You're up. This morning, I. You okay? Can you remember your name? Hey, if I just. The specter of the spirit board. Okay, I just want to see the choices real quick. Okay, one more and then I'll go to the spectral thing I chose first. Yes, I have the specter of the spirit board. Yako Suzaki, good. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the cursed echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. So somebody was at least stalking us. It's best you can hope for. It involves in something so dangerous. I meant to look out for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay, it's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. You mean you can learn the kind of stuff like you with the flower energy? I had quite the eventful childhood. Hey, what's up? I think we got the Terminator as a freaking spiritualist. Sounds like must have been tough. So it would have been a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like an assistant to a notable paranormal expert. Not much, you. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience some paranormal things and put a stop to them before it happens. It's alright. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student. Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Rough then. Still, that's really amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirits. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyway, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. I didn't notice they had the pentagram at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head back to school. And do you have the curse stone with you? And that its daytime its powers is diminished. I should be able to hold on to it once I give it a try. I do have it, but Echo, is it really so wrong trying to bring Michio back? I mean, crap, she got that murderous intent. I can't approve of it. The right may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of others, then fine, true, yeah. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe in, what I'll put before anything else. ... Sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Echo. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Thank you, Mio. Then let's go. Let's go. Komagata High School front gates. I thought it was unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Huh, wait, actually. Is there like a different part of our curse? Because I know our curse for this character has the sound curse thing. But like, if what that does is like, if you like hear it one time, does that just kill you? Or like, it did say 30 seconds for it to kill you, but something happened. The police are here, then something must have. I'll go axe. Thank y'all. This isn't good. What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okie dokie. Mr. Jonichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for the day. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. But there's no way. Why could it be? Because of the curse? I don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Dorichi's body was in the middle of the grounds. But this body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the time, it's very likely it has something to do with the curses. You're saying someone used their curses on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? It's so scary. So the curses really do kill people. And somebody used it. What's that? What happened if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. I wish we had a little more information, but they locked up the front gates. Maybe you could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okada? And is she a curse bearer? I think she's a curse bearer. But she was to school last night. She must have known something about Mr. Jonichi. Let's see what she has to say. Yo, wait. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? Now since it's hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, how was it? Oh, exorcisms. It was. What? Okay, I know Jonichi died. But like, I need to know about the exorcism now. You were possessed by some kind of evil spirit. I said it too by myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Miura, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yeah, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. Draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. Sure they're not just sick? I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people really have their personalities taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and a child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seance or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. People who in life had extremely powerful spirit senses or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess, even if they could. It'd only be enough to pressure them to choose between certain behaviors that would be unusual to them after anyone. Bleh. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior on your own free will? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Although the spirit may influence their behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. See, so getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you can see them with a little training. I think I'll pass. Okay, buddy. Hear about Mr. Jonichi? Heard about it? I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. Saw it happen. Tell us about it. What exactly happened? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you is, it was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed, "Ah, somebody help me, forgive me, Michio!" Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? Is there anyone out on the grounds? It's too dark to see where it was, but for just a second I thought I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life. I was wrong. I'll do anything, please. And all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke, not anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I better get out of there. Then he choked, that's all I saw. See. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Do the job you did, Michio, huh? Thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. Tell me anything. Alright, you see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Does that make sense? To the place. Nope, I ain't gonna. Can't count for them for shit. I like you to believe in it, such an insane story anyway. Right. But there may at least be one person in the police worth trust, right? I guess there was this one cop who always got on my case about it, that stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? Sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. It wasn't? Yeah, that was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. Okay, hey Mio, I've been thinking something. When she describes this and around me something. Mr. Jonichi died, it sounds like how Michio died. Ugh. I didn't see it myself, but it was like she had fallen from a high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I think so. The curse of the seven wishes had to manifest when she died. And if we can trust that what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Alright. Okay. Tell me last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonichi's collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? Tell the cops. Alright, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonichi, they'll suspect you even if we told them we saw you with him all night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to my conclusions. I understand, I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If they say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jonichi called me over, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. But how terrible. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer to society when he doesn't know shit about them. An asshole is the one who always acted like scum, if you ask me. That's so. Can you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? Hard to explain where to start. It's hard to explain where to start. Ah, okay, Jonichi's mistakes. Okay. What did you mean by Mr. Jonichi's acting like a scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shirashi's right? The girl who killed herself? Michio... I don't know everything, but the creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He used to blackmail her, call her up after school, and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing like a couple model students like you could ever get involved with. No. That's how. What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Like, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. Yeah, Gus acting like you were her friend. You did a number on both Michio's body and soul. Oh! Oh, so he assaulted her. She's been telling you like she had to suffer alone. Terrible. How do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. Another spots around the school. Oh god, that's fucked up. Go to when they got to stay outside. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it. I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I was on the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for help. She told me that she was fine and kept it a secret. Why? She probably thought she had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Questioning, she didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. Then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. If you knew about it, then why didn't you? Trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Wouldn't blame me, he told me. Why? Damn. You know what the dirt was? Nope, never heard of what it was. From the sound of it, she'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. Jeez. Dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must have been some reason. Don't know, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Alright. Remember that noisy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died in the former Yasuda garden a couple days ago. Yoshima was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy. But good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. So there is someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing, one time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about it, how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens and that he died. No. Whenever I would get worked up overnight, Yoshima always took me straight to the park. And he listened to whatever I was pissed off about. That day he called me over like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. He asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual kind of favor. A weird chalice and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? It's just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. Hey, it was me now. That wasn't all. And he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shirachi had that looked like this one. What does she have to do with this? He ended up talking with her. While they worked together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something, but apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had... Oh shit. I knew her, so that's why he asked me. He said, could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know something at home. Ah fuck, I know things at home were complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Junichi was doing to her. Heard her talk with the council when something got dirt on you. I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that you had? Well, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? Basically, just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into her for him. Is there something special about the talisman? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there was just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. See inside. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was acting is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. He died right after that. He even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those 2 talisman. Give it to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police station. Knowing what I know, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him? I just heard his name, I didn't think. So there really is a Nakagoshi, that's a relief. It didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Yeah. And I look at it. Fuck. Yeah. So yesterday afternoon, if you knew anything about her child, he gave me some cryptic results like I can't talk about it now. It's school tonight. Give me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he'd used it for such secret meeting before. I can only imagine. Need to get it. So yeah, we met in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like what? About how it was my fault that if only I hadn't been around or something. The whole of me breathing heavily. Yeah, that's right, that's when you two showed up. Away while Jonichi was freaking out. Got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and Omen Shima talking, and then Mio showed up. So Jonichi come back outside and bite it. See. To look out for Michio's talisman. I was about to fall for a creep Jonichi's trap so easy. Could have been a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonichi. She did have reason to hate him after all. Oh, you mean that really was her ghost, like for real? Those who die being as strong as that made her regret can occasionally become spirits either bound to a place or roaming freely. What? Wait, so that means the main character from the first main character could still come back as a ghost. Yes. However, it's usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. This fault. Fuck. Stay connected, phone. Okay, connected again. But it's possible they could possess somebody close to them to act on their regrets. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing what the spirit board said is true, Michio's death was an accident. And she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation was. I don't really know, but she did seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she killed herself. That's all I know, Happy. I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. If you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, be sure to let you know. Gracias. Oh, can we get your contact information? Where can we normally find you? Or not home most of the time. Usually I'd be at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. So we'll call her if we need to talk to you. And what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You're the one putting me. Baka. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. Alright then. You got a lot of information. Sounds like Mr. Jonichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means fuck. Which means there was a cursed bear at the school, multiple in fact. Multiple? I know Arashi was a cursed bear, but we took his stone already. Wait, janitor was probably a cursed bear, because when we came back, after, yeah, he was definitely a cursed bear. That's cool, and the ones that killed Mr. seem to be different. I swear. Mr. Jonichi, he told me, janitor. I was thinking of being among them, but he told me he saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. Doesn't seem like she was one. If he were a cursed bird, it would certainly explain why he was killed. That's why I thought that it was multiple. Who killed Mr. Jonichi would have to be one too. Must be either the mysterious girl or the old man Ayashi. Yeah, we should certainly be more careful. I say it's the janitor because although he seemed nice at first, when I told him to go to the first floor where Mio was, she just died. And the fact that Mr. Jonichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course I thought Michio herself was actually there, but I also saw Mr. Arashi outside the main gate last night. That you did. It's likely he's involved with the curse, given that he's one of the he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection for old man Ayashi and Mr. Arashi. Not all the curse bearers would be hostile, but damn. As for what to do now, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set off. I think it's Nijimu probably do the Feast of Shadows. We'll be able to end this without stopping it. Because it makes sense, because he's been waiting for 10 years to exact vengeance on the officer. So we would have some time to get information out of other people. So, sense. Next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Arashi. He definitely knows something. Should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. God, I would help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Try heading someplace. Someone may know where he is. Where'd you go then? Ah, frick. Oh, I have more. I have so many choices. Oh crap. I feel like I'm gonna run into Namagiki if I go here. I'm gonna go here for right now, the bridge, to see what's happening there. And so, decided on their next location to investigate. Eh? Bruh. Okay, cool. Ouch. Ouch. Let's start with the MILF. Shigami mentioned. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make any good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. It's possible that his powers can only be unleashed at night then. That's why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what a limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Think. Curses and death, but it matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. It's that. But that's already. So these are Joe Dregs, but I'm wondering if it would be suffice to not steal. But instead negotiate with the curse spirit and have them use the right for our purpose. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we can offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you would expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That would be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigalu, would it? Of course, why any amount would be fine if you did get the job done. I won't let any momentary matters lead me to regress that way. Fuck. The way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with the option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Curse bearers. Have any curse bearers until we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems that other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul drugs. Did you see the news this morning? What happened? Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths are reported in this area. Yeah, our main character died. Just keep reminding us about that. Ugh. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found. But they've been nicknamed the Hanjo serial killings. Gathered quite some attention on the streets. Why? Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, I just found out 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough for soul drugs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be cautious. Be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul drugs yet. Might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. I'm thinking that maybe the Rite of Resurrection is a trap because our first main guy, even if he survives, he still ends up dying because of some random shit. I wonder if the situation I saw. Someone need to kill when you first obtain the curse stone. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the Rite of Resurrection as well. Short line, ma'am. It's obvious for the mastermind to become a cursed spirit and collect soul drugs since they were after the rites. Since as a cursed spirit, they themselves will be a target. Less progressively. Despite that, they've been inciting the cursed spirits to commit murders. Why? Consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul drugs themselves? Oh, so the mastermind might be trying to kill them after they get all the souls, like the first guy who we had, Shogo Oki. Even their intention was also to steal the soul. Yeah, it makes sense because our guy just randomly died in a river. He's walking out and then he just dies. Your souls while their other cursed spirits compete with each other for this art. Yeah, that makes sense. So I figured it would be best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a cursed spirit themselves. To keep my distance from whoever it is, there's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. Are you supposed to do this? At this point, all we can do is search. Okay. There's a mastermind inciting the curse bearer to collect soul eggs. Can we be sure there even is a right of resurrection? Fuck, I said it twice. Good question. The right could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we will never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery, Jojo pose. First is Ayami Tono, the girl we talked to before. Though she isn't a curse bearer herself, she's a student attending Team University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Mirirochio Park. You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with Yukio in the curriculum, pretending to be her parents. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? Princess did, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the crystals just like us. We best act carefully around her. Yeah, definitely. She was planning to seal it off Nagoki, whatever his name is. A tall man who dresses in black. With the way he dressed, I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. I say. The secondary Higayoshi. I believe his name is Takaumi Yumioka. These soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Hanzhou. Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only been the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairman of the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. Decreasing the sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of factories with older equipment had to be shut down. So even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the rivers. Most companies back then were more concerned with making profit than protecting the environment. What a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. Oh, on the way here I stopped by the company's headquarters. They had started for the day. I should have better luck later. Be well, good sir. They're interested in seeing if the ride would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. What? What? Perhaps they're interested in seeing it. How would bringing somebody back to life help skincare? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I know, right? Ooh, I'm an hazard. Oof, ass hurts. Eyes. Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him, though I couldn't gather enough until to properly identify him. It's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh. You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text of the Right of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Arashi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved? Awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on it. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Warigashi streets. Okay. Kidnappings. About the criminal involved with the kidnapping. The concerns of this serial killing, there was a body found at Komogata High School. Who identified as a school teacher. His name was Koi Jonichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure it's possible. But regardless, this means that two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just maybe we're getting somewhere else. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. So we don't know anything about Michio's. Okay, Michio Shirashi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killing, there is Michio who reportedly committed suicide and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last two have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there was a preliminary steps to awaken the 7 mystery curses? Can we really assume that they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victims wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. What about these things? We're strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. So, if you were to investigate this matter more, you might be able to get a lead on the mastermind. If you wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, it'll be fine. It's the right point. You might even discover more deaths related with the curses on the way. You should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the crystals, taking a walk should be fine. Please start. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where. Oh my god. Let's go to the high school because. We'll look at the high school. That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. Really do have something against private investigators, just like those detective novels. It's said to be connected with the story of the fool's possession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if the teacher was a curse bearer or not. To be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see. The students had to say. Fire. They sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Donichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. I heard it was hardly worth a second thought. There was one story that caught my attention. Oh. Some believe that Michio was the one who killed Mr. Donichi. Who got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. He's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. Like wildfire, I suppose, rumors that juicy don't stay secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. It was Michio brought back to the life. It was her vengeful spirit. But it's most likely Michio was the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. Easy finds. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. Truly worries me how easily it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. That's what I'm saying with the online shit. They're like, oh, give your IDs to make sure you're fucking. That's so stupid, bro. Give out your information online so we protect people. No, fuck off. Like, shit. Well, so far it had. Fuck. So far it hasn't, no? Right, so let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's not possible for us to visit Michio Shirashi's house. Oh yeah, we got our house now. Michio's family's house. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. Seemed to have been empty for a while. There's a stack of newspaper out front. I have never liked these messy, cluttered factories that could give me the jitters every time. Should have someone as strong and tall accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. Deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals and a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shirashi reputation really went down the dumps this past year. So, quick summary. About 3 years ago, the previous residence was in a better part of town. Died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Toshiki, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, hoping and being held in terms. What happened? The reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. And so she's common-law husband had moved into the it was apparently Iwa. So everybody knew his name. So what was this Iwa character? He apparently had a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbor often heard screams and shouting out from the home. Neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. Terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear eerie chattering, chanting. So she was not only assaulted, she was abused at home. Great. Just fucking great. Okay. Due to this, the Shirashi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Seen covered in bruises. When she stopped responding to her neighbor, she would just turn the other way when created. Fuck. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That's horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with the. What the fuck? That's stupid. Okay. Awful. He killed herself. Things only got worse when with Iwa, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since Iwa has returned to the home, many locals expressed sympathy for Michiyo's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shirashi entirely and seemed relieved that the things finally got quieted down. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. Don't understand. Why would Toshiki have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? Where one partner personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school as possible. She fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Damn. The Shirashi certainly hadn't lucked out with their bringing such a violent man into it. I guess we can move. Okay, so it's the headquarters are on the other side of the streets. Okay. Oh, I out for today. Thank you if anybody watches or whatever. La 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 la. What was the do saying? Tra la, whatever the fuck. Here, have a good background. Actually, no. Every time I change the background, it always fucks up my thing. Never mind. Here, have. Hello. Oh great! Now I'm at whatever. Good night. Whatever. Take stream. Yeah. Bye bye.